Mississippian Mound Builders. For centuries, hunters and traders shuttled back and forth along the busy Mississippi River. Two major tributaries, the Ohio in the east and the Missouri in the west, extended this river network. Many permanent communities, taking advantage of the rich topsoil washed ashore, grew corn along the banks of these rivers. In some of these villages, inhabitants constructed protective earthworks as well as ceremonial mounds. Sometime after 700 BC, the Adena, mainly made up of farmers in southwestern Ohio, began to build mounds to bury tribal leaders. By 100 BC, the Adena way of life had yielded to a more advanced civilization called the Hopewell. The more sophisticated Hopewell built elaborate mounds. Thousands of their mounds have been discovered, often with geometric or animal shapes, throughout the Midwest and as far east as modern-day North Carolina and New York State. Their grave goods, what archaeologists have dug up from their burials, include sharks, teeth from Florida, pure silver ore from Ontario, and obsidian from Wyoming volcanoes. These faraway items came from traders and travelers navigating the Mississippi River network, or even sailing to and from Mesoamerica by hugging the coastline of the Gulf of Mexico. Beginning around 8700, another civilization, even more advanced than the Hopewell, grew from the remains of many of their old communities. These people, called Mississippian because of their proximity to the river network, built a large city at Cahokia, Illinois. At Cahokia, archaeologists have discovered hoe-shaped blades made of flint, a very hard stone. When lashed to wooden handles with rawhide, these flint hoes easily cut through rich river topsoil. By AD 1100, after 400 years of growth, Cahokia had become a city of perhaps 20,000 people, about the same size as London at the time. The city, protected by a stockade, was surrounded by hundreds of acres of corn. Scores of farmers tended the city's main food source, while others hunted, gathered, and traded for goods with other settlements. But not everyone in such a large community worked the fields or paddled up and down the river. There is enough archaeological evidence, including the remains of enormous temples, elegant homes, and luxurious jewelry, to imagine a society with noblemen, politicians, and priests. The rulers of Cahokia lived around the city's central plaza in houses erected on top of earthen pyramids. The largest pyramid of all, Monk's Mound, towered over the city and could be seen up and down the river for miles. Its 15-acre, 6-hectare base is larger than the foundation of the Egyptian Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It is over 100 feet, 30 meters high today, but because of erosion, its original height, along with the exact dimensions of every other North American earthen mound, is lost to history. Many complex mounds took geometric or animal shapes, like this one at Serpent Mound, Adams County, Ohio. North American peoples, 1,500 living in vastly different geographic zones, every North American population faced the challenge of adapting to its environment. Mississippian peoples, using canoes, dugouts, and rafts, quickly learned how to navigate the nearby river system as if it were a modern superhighway. In the less inviting ancestral Pueblo environment, successful adaptations weren't so easy until they figured out how to dig canals and store rainwater in reservoirs. The ancestral Puebloans could only hunt and gather in small bands. When they began to use irrigation, however, their crops and cities thrived. As hundreds of different cultural groups spread across the continent, they adjusted to the specific conditions of the places in which they settled. Scientists have discovered that within broadly similar environments, people adapted in similar ways. To organize the study of early Native American life, historians have grouped similar cultures into geographic regions. Here we introduce some of the major regions and cultures